Ready for some big fun folds? Don't go anywhere, because I've got a twist that you won't see coming. Let's start by making our card bases. The finished size is 5 by 7 inches. These are large cards. I'm using some A4 letterpress size cardstock, 110 pound, which is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. I cut the long side down so that the width is 7 inches. And if you've got a large paper trimmer, you can cut it at 10 inches and then fold it in half, or you can do it like I'm doing here, where I do the score line at 5 inches, fold it, and then cut away the excess. The first card is really easy. It's a Z fold. So we need to do a score line at 2.5 inches on the front panel. This is going to accordion and fold back on itself. And that's as complicated as a Z fold gets. I like to use a bone folder to get a nice crisp edge, especially on this thicker cardstock. And you can see the Z. I'm going to walk you through the second card base now. This one's another easy one. You don't need any special tools to make it. It's a gatefold card. So I'm cutting my A4 letter size cardstock down to 7 inches wide again. And then you can cut the panel to 10 inches and then score at 2.5 on each side. So basically a gatefold ends up being like double doors open, or a double gate that opens, and where the two folds meet in the middle. I forgot to cut mine at 10 inches first, so I had to come back and do that. Otherwise it wasn't going to meet in the middle. And because I'm using such thick cardstock, when I'm doing my score lines, ideally I should be folding away from the valley. It gives you a crisper fold and you're less likely to crack the cardstock. But this is not essential. Typically the cardstock can be very forgiving. And you can see why this is called a gatefold. It looks like two gates closing together. Now that you've got the basic card bases, you can decorate these however you like, but I'm going to walk you through how I made these two cards using the Billowing Peonies bundle, which is a huge set. These are big cards, so I thought that they could tolerate these large flowers really well. And don't forget, I've still got a secret twist to share with you, so stick around. Having a large card front to cover can be a little bit intimidating, and you do need to be a little bit aware that fun fold cards don't have the stability that a side fold card will, so you don't want to layer them up too much. So this large bouquet worked perfectly for me. Now I decided to do all the colouring with the stencil because it's a lot faster, and using the sets of ink from Altenew, I didn't have to think about which colours went with what. All I had to do was choose the two colours of flowers and the colours of leaves that I was wanting to do. But other ways to change it up would be to stamp the actual flowers on the front of the Z fold and colour that in on there, or create a panel of cardstock and adhere it directly to the front panel of the Z fold. And then you could add a sentiment maybe that's die cut into a circle, and that will give you the element that's off the edge. I really like to add something off the edge of that front fold, and often, if I can, something on the inside as well, just to make it that little bit special and something different. If you have got die cut flowers that you're wanting to layer together and add to a design like this, I would suggest using something that's not too many layers or too heavy, or attaching them more on the left sort of side of the Z fold. Maybe just hang them out a little bit and maybe add the sentiment over the edge a bit more. I would be careful about how much weight you're adding, but it's worth giving it a try if that's the look you're going for. What is a fun fold card? It's simply a greeting card with a fold, but has more than just the single fold down the middle or across the middle. It has extra score lines, angles, interactive elements, and you can make cards that open in unexpected ways, reveal hidden panels, or showcase your design from multiple angles. They're a lot of fun and a really great way to add that instant wow factor. and you've probably got all the tools you need to make them. Now I use the coordinating die here from the bundle for both the floral bouquets and for the sentiments today. I did some white heat embossing on some black cardstock because these large flowers really needed a bold sentiment to show out within the design. And I also decided to add some coloured red cardstock to the back inside of the panel. Another option would be to add different colours to the other sections of the fold. I typically like white space, although these cards don't have a lot of white space. And because my design is going to be hanging over the edge and I'd only used 80-pound cardstock for the bouquet, I did die cut a second layer of the flower and joined it together to add just that little bit of extra stability. And typically I layer up my sentiments if I'm going to pop them up, just so they don't get bent when they go through the post. So next it was time to add the flower to the front of the Z fold. I am adding the glue to the front panel rather than to the flower because I don't want to accidentally get the glue onto my back panel of cardstock. I probably could have added that after instead. Once that had set, then I could flip my cardstock over and cut away any of the excess pieces of the bouquet. I thought about it a few times, but I decided not to cut the leaves even though they hung over the edge of the rest of the design. I like the way they did that, and I've got an envelope that's going to fit this card, but obviously if you don't, then you could easily cut those other leaves off as well. I added the rest of the flower that I cut away to the inside of the card. I can write on that Z panel, I can write on the inside behind the flower, I can write on the back of the card. And I did add some gem sparkles. These are the black onyx ones, one of my faves. I decided to use the second bouquet in the set here, coloured it very similarly, using the same colours. It looks a bit darker, but that's because I didn't use the really light colours on all of the flowers. And one of the best things about both of these card designs today is that they actually lay pretty flat. Even though they're very dimensional cards once they're open, postage isn't such a huge deal. Now this time, it's such a large card and I didn't want to have too much white space, so I decided to decorate this card a little bit differently. I added some ink splatters to some 80-pound cardstock, and on the left side of the gate, I decided to divide a black panel rather than have the whole thing black. You could cover the whole thing black and then add a white piece. I decided to do the black into two pieces, and then I added some black splattered cardstock that I made myself to the right gate panel. And I have popped up the sentiment. And I did promise you a secret twist. This is my favourite way to close a gatefold card without a belly band. So I've die cut the same floral bouquet a second time, and I'm lining it up with the bouquet and making a couple of tick marks with my pencil. And I'm measuring about just under 1/2 inch wider than where the card edge finishes. So what you'll see here is there's a little lip that hangs over the edge. Now I am using liquid glue because I want this to have a strong hold, but I'm not putting the glue all the way to the edge. I'm leaving that last little piece glue free. And then I can line up the die cut again and adhere it into place. While that was drying, I added some more of the gem sparkles. So now to close the card, I just need to slip the right side of the gate into the little gap that I've created between the two die cuts. Don't worry, I'm going to show it to you again. All together now, I've got the first card, which is the 5x7 Z fold that we decorated with the beautiful large peonies, added some coloured cardstock to the background and left the leaves hanging over the edge. And next we've got the gatefold with the twist. It's a 5x7 gatefold card, so it's got a lot of real estate here, but we don't need a belly band to close it because we've got that second partial die cut sitting behind that we can slip the right gate into. Let me know in the comments below if you have a favourite card today, or if you're going to try these techniques. And if you like fun folds, check out these 2 videos that I've got linked for you here. I look forward to seeing you there. If you enjoyed today's video, please click on the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? It's totally free. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.